A pivotal night in election 2016. Big wins for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Also, the Republican field of presidential candidates is now down to 3. Marco Rubio announced he is ending his presidential bid after losing his home state of Florida.
Trump has won Florida. He won it early in the evening with 46% of the vote. It was his first win of the night, to be followed by Florida, Illinois, and North Carolina. On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton captured a big win over Bernie Sanders. And here's a look at the results in Duval County. Trump received 47% of the votes in Duval. Rubio behind him, trailing with just 27% of the vote. Hillary Clinton received 67% of the votes in Duval County. Bernie Sanders just getting 31%. John Kasich, he won a big win in Ohio, his home state, with 44% over Donald Trump, 37%. And Hillary Clinton also won Ohio, as well as winning North Carolina tonight. We have crews live covering all of tonight's contests, but we begin the 10 o'clock news at a local watch party from Trump headquarters in Riverside, where Scott Johnson is joining us live. Scott?
Hey, Mary, I'm not going to speak that loud because they've asked we keep it down while Donald Trump is speaking, and that's exactly what's happening now. The crowd here very excited to see Trump have 3 states called for him so far. Still ahead in Missouri, not sure what's going to happen there. They're cheering now. They were also cheering a few hours ago when Florida was called for Trump. And so there's excitement here in the room as a lot of people have been volunteering, first-time volunteers for campaigns who have never campaigned in a presidential capacity before, and they are just excited for the Trump candidacy, and they continue to support him here tonight.
It's very difficult. Everybody and their brother is trying to bring him down, and that tells me something. When you have both sides that are trying to bring the man down, including places around the globe, that must be a good man.
And so now all eyes really are on Missouri, in addition to Mr. Trump's speech, which is happening. They want to see if he will pull it out. I've seen he's about 2 or 3 points ahead of Ted Cruz in Missouri. So the question, if he wins 3 states tonight or 4, we'll probably have to wait a little while longer to know what happens in Missouri. But a lot of excitement moving forward for the Trump campaign here locally in the Riverside area where their local headquarters have been. We're live in Riverside. Scott Johnson, Channel 4, the local station.
Also a huge win for Hillary Clinton tonight here in Florida, and she won Ohio and North Carolina as well.
And tonight she is with her supporters in West Palm Beach. Andrew Perez from WPLG in Miami is joining us live now. Andrew.
You know, Clinton was campaigning till the very last minute, even stopping at a Dunkin' Donuts right down the corner from here in West Palm Beach before coming to this convention center, and it certainly paid off. She talked a lot in her speech about elevating the middle class. She spoke about the tough decisions she would have to make if elected president. She also spoke about Donald Trump. You take a look behind me. This right here in the media biz is what we call the calm after the storm here. Clinton saying she's still got a lot more to do.
You voted for our tomorrow to be better than our yesterday. Tomorrow where all of us do our part and everyone has a chance to live up to his or her God-given potential. Because that's how America can live up to its potential too. Let's stand with people who have courage, who have resilience. Let's stand with everyone who believes America's best days are ahead of us. For all of our challenges, I've never had more faith in our future. And if we work together, if we go forward in this campaign, if we win in November, I know our future will be brighter tomorrow than yesterday. Thank you all so very much.
That crowd certainly fired up. Remember, Clinton already had a sizable lead going into all of this, especially in Florida, an important state to capture, North Carolina as well, both of which she won. For now, reporting live in West Palm Beach, I'm Andrew Perez, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Andrew. And local supporters of Hillary Clinton are rejoicing tonight.
Tarek Miner is at a local watch party in St. Nicholas. Tarek, I guess the celebration began about 8:03 when Florida was called for Clinton?
Yeah, as soon as Florida was called for Clinton, the celebration began, and as you can see, the celebration continues here in St. Nicholas. Her supporters saying that her message on the economy her knowledge of national security and her support from African Americans and other minorities really pushed her ahead of Bernie Sanders. At tonight's watch party here in St. Nicholas, her supporters were cheering her on as she clinched those victories in Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio. She won those states soundly, and her supporters say the victory should seal the deal for winning the Democratic nomination, although Sanders is still in the race. They listened carefully to Clinton's speech tonight, where she began to take aim at Donald Trump again, something her supporters say she needs to do sooner than later.
We're looking forward to that race. Every American, except those who are voting for him, are concerned about Donald Trump and the kind of message, the divisive message that he has. This has given her an opportunity to talk about a message that we don't hear a lot about politics, talking about love and kindness. Americans are, at their root, a very kind and generous people. And that's why I think you're seeing Donald Trump stuck with approval numbers when you look at all voters below 30%.
Clinton also said in tonight's speech that the next commander-in-chief has to be able to defend the country and not embarrass it, and that also got a big rise out of her supporters here this afternoon. She barely mentioned Sanders except to say that he did fight a vigorous campaign, as her supporters are now looking forward to Arizona, Utah, and Idaho. I'm Tarek Minor, Channel 4, the local station.